Morning, hey, how are you?
I'm great, I'm always happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Brooklyn.
Making breakfast?
Making breakfast.
What is it?
I thought I'd put you to work.
Oh my God.
You hungry?
Gail Simmons is putting me to work
I am.
to cook with her.
Yep.
They're going to critique me.
I'm all bark and no bite. And
I'm gonna have to pack my knives and go.
never, are you crazy?
So what are we doing?
Well, you know, I was trying to think of what to make for breakfast with you. And I decided, although maybe this feels like too on the nose, but I thought I'd make shakshuka.
Oh my God.
I feel like it's part of your history, it's a
Yes.
little bit of mine.
Yes.
And it's truly something I make all the time for my family, and it sort of is deeply embedded in my story. But in a different way that it's embedded in yours. So
Right.
I feel like it was something I could
Did you used
do.
to make it on the kibbutz when you worked
I
there?
did.
You did?
It was called Beta Emek. It was really my first experience in a professional kitchen. I was a dishwasher for a little while, 8 hours, 10 hours of dishwashing a day. And then I moved on to breakfast service and would cook eggs for the entire kibbutz every morning. And now, when I make this dish, obviously I can't help but think of my kibbutz. Did you grow up eating shakshuka? Like, how did you eat it? What was your, I'm gonna chop.
And my dad used to make it.
Was your dad the cook in the family or your mom?
Both of them. My mom was making more like Iraqi food, which is Iraqi, and my dad would make, like shakshuka was his expertise.
Well, he was from Tunisia?
From Tunisia, yeah.
Beautiful.
From Jerba and some of the families from Sfax. And I didn't even realize that shakshuka was actually originated by the Mazzig people, the North African Berber tribe.
Sure.
They were the first ones to make it, because for the longest time I was dealing with people online telling me that I can't cook shakshuka, that it's not mine, that I stole it from other people, which
Right,
you
of
probably hear
course.
this debate a lot, right?
I certainly do.
What do you make of it?
It's a complicated question. Who owns a recipe, right? It's something we talk about a lot in my world, and the short answer is you can't own a recipe. And there's a lot of reasons you need to respect other people's work, obviously, and the IP of what people do. At the same time, you have to stop gatekeeping recipes because I think food is meant to be shared, right?
There's so many dishes, and I think we spoke about sabich when you said it's like one of your
Sabich
favorite.
is my favorite thing to eat.
And it's like sabich, when you think about it, it's like this Iraqi Jewish dish that was invented in Israel, and I think it was like an acronym of like put more eggs or something like this. And so, is it Iraqi Jewish? Is it Israeli Jewish? Is it North African?
Is it
Syrian?
Indian?
Right,
Sure.
Indian. So it's like
Well, this is why every recipe, I mean, I think about my history and my ancestry, which is Ashkenazi. So my cultural touch points on the recipes that I think of, you know, the bagels and the pastrami and the smoked meat and the borscht and the gefilte fish, the matzo balls, of course. Those are all dishes that were brought, you know, from Eastern Europe. Some people came to Canada from Eastern Europe, fleeing pogroms. Some came to New York and to America, and their preservation methods for meat in Canada became smoked meat, a slightly different cut, a slightly different process, same general idea. And here in New York, it became pastrami, right? So there's like variations and interwoven stories and histories with little tweaks and changes around, you know, along the way. The bagel in New York versus the bagel in Montreal, where my family came through, like, they're different because they came through different immigrant pathways and the place they were, different water, different ingredients, different, you know, tweaks in the methodology, but it's all sort of the same, right? Okay, maybe move this pot over there. We don't need it. We're just gonna use this one, and I'm gonna turn on the stove.
okay. I came to work though.
You're gonna work.
Okay, let's do it.
The first step
First step.
is sauteing the onions, the tomatoes, the peppers all together. This is definitely like a variation on traditional shakshuka.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how it differs from the one you ate as a child.
Yeah. We use like actual tomatoes. You use cherry tomatoes.
Yes, I could use actual tomatoes too. Tomato season in New York doesn't really taste good until July, August.
Okay.
So I'm using, like, these are the sweetest right now.
Right.
Dump them in,
All right.
all of them.
Carefully, right?
Yeah,
Or not carefully.
that's good.
Mixing it
Yeah,
around.
just mix it up. I'm probably the least picky eater you'll ever meet.
Are
The
you?
irony of the fact that people think that I'm like picky or precious about food.
Yeah.
I'm really not. I just want it to be good. I don't want it to be fancy. I just want it to be cooked with care. And
I mean, watching you on Top Chef, I think you give like really good critique that it's like, I think it's actually helping the...
That's the point. I mean, I think that we have a really great conversation with our chefs at every judge's table. And I think that the contestants will tell you that it helps them a lot, that it's constructive, first and foremost. Our purpose, Tom, Kristen, and I, is not to, I'm gonna add some salt, is not to take them down or nitpick or try to like catch them messing up. It's actually to lift them up, to make them better, to teach them how they can improve for next time, tell them what went wrong so that they don't make the same mistake again.
This is the 22nd season
Yes.
aired right now, and it's in Canada.
It's in Canada. Every season's in a different city, a different
Right.
country. At this point, we've gone kind of around the world.
Yeah, you grew up in Toronto, but your family came through Montreal.
Correct. I'm gonna add the tomatoes actually
Yes.
while we're cooking. You wanna pour them all in?
Sure, I'll do that.
And then we're just gonna let them simmer, which takes a few minutes. You want them all to kind of roast and burst.
And this is all, like, this is, I mean, not maybe in a different version, but it's in your cookbook.
This is not specifically in my cookbook, this dish. There is a recipe in my cookbook for za'atar schnitzel, which is really like an ode to the kibbutz that I worked on, where I learned about za'atar and I picked eggs. But it is the kind of the variation of the dish that I make the most at home.
There's like over 100 recipes in your cookbook.
Yes.
And any dishes from your childhood that are included in it?
Oh, absolutely. My mom's latkes are in the book. A matzo ball soup, which is sort of a mashup between my grandmother's matzo ball soup and my mother-in-law's chicken soup. So my mom's chopped liver is in the book. A play on beet borscht that is very reminiscent of the way my grandmother ate. My dad made pickles growing up. He wasn't a cook, but he made pickles, and I sort of made variations of his pickles.
You're kind of obsessed with pickles.
I am obsessed with pickles. And it's funny that I didn't know this until we went back with Top Chef to Canada.
Yeah.
That Canadians consume more pickles like per capita than almost any country in the world.
Right.
We are all pickle obsessives. I didn't know that was like a Canadian
You thought it was a
character
Jewish
trait.
thing?
I thought it was a Jewish thing. Yeah. But I'm like devoutly a full sour pickle lover. And none of this like half sour. That's a cucumber as far as I'm concerned. I need it to like ferment.
Right.
I need it sour. I need to like pucker from my pickle.
Just like from when the way you speak about food, it's like it's so much more than just even the delicious part and the flavor. Of course, it's part of it, but there's like there's a different element to food for you. Like there's always like a story there.
Food is such a universal experience, and it's something that everybody again can identify with, no matter where you're from, no matter who you are. You still gotta eat.
Right.
The best piece of Top Chef is, yes, the dishes, but it's getting to know these incredible, talented chefs through their food and learning their narratives.
Right.
Just so you know, you can kind of see here, we're starting to burst, right? All these beautiful tomatoes are starting to cook down. And I'm gonna add a bunch of peppers to them as well.
Right. You want me to mix it maybe?
Yeah, you do this stirring.
Yeah.
You can see it's giving off like a lot of liquid, which is good. You want to like reduce it down, soften all those peppers.
How do you feel you evolved making this show?
Oh my God. I mean, I was a baby when we started, and I certainly didn't think that I'd be doing this for so long, which has been just like the privilege of my life, truly. I've also learned so much about food, about the world. I've been introduced to so many incredible young cooks that I've had the chance to mentor and befriend. I think I've become way more empathetic as a human because of the show.
How come?
Well, because you learn about the truth behind so many people's experiences and their stories and what motivates them. And when you see chefs with that much talent, but they're all so different, so diverse, they've all introduced me to so much. Like, yes, I'm the expert on the show, one of the experts. That doesn't mean I know everything. I mean, food is infinite. So the fact that over 20 years we've evolved as a show has introduced me to so many cuisines that I had never tasted before. We've gone to so many countries, and and the narrative of food in America has changed so much, and we've become so much more expansive in our definition of what makes good food, right? For so long, good food, fine dining was defined in this country really by like Western European standards of cooking. And we now know that that is like the smallest piece of the puzzle, right? Especially in a city.
Don't let them hear you in France.
I know, you know what, the French know. Because you can also get some of the best Japanese food in France, the best Thai food in France,
true, yeah.
the best Nigerian food in France, the best Haitian food in France, Congolese food in France.
It smells so good, by the way.
Yeah, oh good, I'm glad. Keep doing it, you're doing a great job. And we're almost ready. I'm gonna actually turn off the heat in a minute and put the eggs in and the za'atar. I'm gonna actually turn off the heat now. And I'm gonna add some the za'atar, I don't know, a couple tablespoons, but I'm just kind of gonna wing it.
Oh, this is beautiful.
And then you fold that in.
So nice.
All right, it's egg time.
I love that for me.
Yeah, there you go. So, I'm just gonna make little wells. And I'm doing it this way. You can do this actually. Just pour it really gently. Go close to it, but don't, pour it right on top. You can crack it right from the egg, obviously, but it's sort of more controlled.
It's more appealing.
Yeah, it's just this way. This is the way I teach people to do it, right? So that you don't get shell in it and you don't worry about it splashing everywhere.
Smart, actually. Yeah, I always get the shell in.
There you go. Keep going, right there. Beautiful.
Should I make another?
Yeah,
smoke?
here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Perfect.
Yes. So now you just let it sit.
No, now I'm gonna put it in the oven.
Putting it in the
You
oven.
could do this on the stovetop, cover it.
Yes,
I'm gonna put it in the oven because it's just easiest and then we can forget about it. It got hot.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna do one more thing
Oh,
while
right.
we're talking. I'm just gonna make a little yogurt sauce.
nice.
I'm gonna add a little more za'atar in here.
So, I mean, being Jewish has always been part of your identity, and I don't think you've ever, I never saw you like hiding it or covering it. You're just very proud of everything you are, and it's part of your identity.
It is because it's who I am. I'm not gonna pretend I'm something I'm not.
Right.
It's a piece of who I am. And I'm proud of that piece, but there's also lots of other pieces.
Right.
And so it all kind of makes a whole person, right?
I love that. And that's the goal of this show as well. It's just to
Right.
remind people that we are so much more
Yes,
than
of course.
just one thing. But how's being Jewish plays into your life? I mean, any traditions you bring into your home and
Many.
do you want me to mix it?
Yeah, that'd be great. Stir it up. I just put some lemon zest in there, and I'm gonna add some juice. I'm gonna squeeze it up a little bit. I was raised in a conservative household. We celebrated Shabbat every single Friday night. We weren't kosher. We weren't religious, but we went to synagogue. Like Shabbat Friday nights were a night in my house where she cooked for us, our family, our friends, and it was always a time to kind of stop what we were doing and reset for the week.
Did you ever felt like othered because of your Jewish identity in Canada?
Not until about a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
No, I really didn't.
And what changed in...
Well, what changed was the world took a turn, right? October 7th happened, and I wouldn't say that it was all there. I think there were lead-ups. In fact, I think I met you before October 7th, right? 4 blocks from here is a playground that my children play in all the time. We call it the train park, and there had been a giant swastika spray painted on the train, which was like a play structure, this giant sort of monkey bar train. And that was the first time I woke up and felt it's in my community. People hate me here. I don't know who. It was an ominous, invisible enemy. But that was the first time I remember feeling that it had penetrated my own life.
And how does that affect you?
I mean, it's horrifying. I mean, I think there's intergenerational trauma that triggers automatically, right? I think about, my ancestors, and we're not even talking about ancestry, right? I'm talking about my grandmother, who I knew very well. And she would tell me stories when I was growing up about how when she was 3 years old, she was woken up in the middle of the night by her mother. She was given a teapot to hold as they escaped Russia to get to safety. No stuffed animals, no blankets, no cozy sweaters. She held this teapot through the night while they crossed a border and got to safety, and then ultimately her family made its way to Canada. And that's how I came to be alive, right? And it always felt like a story. It always felt like this distant, dark tale that was part of my history, but not really identifiable to me, not really accessible.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it felt very accessible and very much like an imminent possibility. and I can't fathom it, but it exists. But
I don't believe it.
Oh,
still.
let's check our eggs.
Oh, yes.
Don't want to forget. I think they're good. Yeah.
Oh, they look great.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh, it smells amazing here.
Maybe just a little olive oil over it to make it a little luscious.
Little zhuzh.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks amazing.
There you go. Cheers.
Cheers, l'chaim.
L'chaim. We can get something to drink with it too.
It looks
But here you
so
go.
good.
Let me know what you think.
Can't wait to try.
Now you're the judge. Don't burn your mouth. It's gonna be hot.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I mean, it's very simple food, right? Simple ingredients. There's like
but
7
it's
ingredients.
Incredible because it tastes the za'atar and all of it together. Oh my God.
So like,
It's
how
so
does this
good.
differ from the one you ate at home growing up? Here, you can come away from the stove. It's hot over there.
I think the mint and the yogurt, it's like it makes it more fresh, and the chickpeas.
The yogurt is sort of an added bonus. I just like the combo.
I love that. I've never tried that before, to add yogurt to the shakshuka. I have rapid fire questions
Let's
for you.
do it.
Are you ready for it?
Born ready.
Sweet or savory?
Savory. Then sweet.
Smart. Brisket or schnitzel? And you can't say both.
Brisket.
Brisket, really?
I mean, I love a schnitzel, but like if I had to choose, brisket is like deep in my soul.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It has much more gravitas. Least favorite food trend? All of them.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's a food
trends
trend,
in
I don't-
general, like, you know what I hate is the smashing of the salad, like putting
saw that.
everything in
Yeah.
a pint container and like smashing it up.
Yeah.
I don't need to do that. Like, just respect your vegetables, people.
Go-to comfort food?
Matzo ball soup, chocolate pudding.
You consider matzo ball soup as a comfort food?
Yes.
Amazing. I love that.
I mean, that's what I ate when I was sick. Still what I eat when I'm sick. When I'm down, it tastes like home, right? The dill and the chicken broth, really, really rich chicken broth. And that like soft, fluffy, it has to be a soft, fluffy matzo ball. Like, I don't need this dense hockey puck matzo ball.
No.
I don't understand people who say they're on team dense hockey puck matzo ball. It's not my thing.
Favorite deal or pickle? Favorite type
Oh,
of pickle?
I mean,
rather,
a
sorry.
spicy full sour.
Oh, okay. Specific. Kugel, sweet or savory?
Savory.
Most underrated Jewish food?
Chopped liver,
Oh,
for sure.
it's been like really abused and people really
Yeah, and it's
degrade
like
it.
dry, and people don't like it, and they think it's gross because they've
No, and
never
they
had
use
a
it
good
to
one.
refer to people that just don't matter. And
Right,
it's like-
that's true. Like,
It's
what am
all-
I, chopped liver?
Right.
Chopped liver should be exalted.
Yeah, yes, I am a chopped liver. I
Damn
don't know-
straight I'm chopped liver.
Love that. Well, this was amazing. I know you have an engagement coming up very soon that we have to get to. I'm really excited. Where are we going?
We're going to my old culinary school. It's called the Institute of Culinary Education here in New York. It's celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and so they have 50 alumni coming back to do talks with the students. And so I'm just going to give a little talk and answer questions and meet their students.
It's amazing. I feel so lucky. I mean, I got to have the most delicious breakfast I could get in New
All
York.
standing
and
up. I mean, we
coming
could have
to-
sat down, by
No,
the way, but
this was
whatever. This
perfect.
is
I
real
love
life.
that. Yes, exactly.
IRL.
So I'll see you over there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was
Perfect.
amazing. I'm taking this to go.
Yeah,
now.
it's careful, it's hot.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. That
It's
was cool.
great. I'll see you later.
Seeing you in this, like on my turf.
On your turf,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
exactly.
nice. It's really nice.
Oh, it's beautiful here. I didn't expect to see it.
It is. It's an amazing school.
Massive, yeah. And today you're on the board of the school?
I'm on the board. I'm on their sort of culinary advisory board. You know, being an alumni, you want to give back and you want to make sure that the students have all of the amazing opportunities that I had when I was here, and I certainly did. And I do credit this place for giving me a start in New York City. So,
You have to show me around because I haven't seen much.
okay, sure. You want to go for a walk?
Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Sure. You can see all the classrooms here, sparkling and clean. Part of learning to be a cook is learning to also be a good dishwasher. The kitchens need to be scrubbed down and sparkling every night before you leave. And that's important, I think, to the ethos of what it means to be a cook, is taking care of your workspace, right? Cooking is one of the only crafts in the world that involves all 5 senses. You know, you have to see it, obviously, you have to hear it, you have to listen for a lot of like noise cues, you have to taste it, you have to touch it, like everything has to be working together for the finished product to be really what it should be.
So when you got to the school for the first time, we can walk here maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Were there challenges? I mean, how was the start?
My education, although I think was extraordinary at university, was a liberal arts education. So I studied anthropology and Spanish, and although they came back into my life absolutely in what I do now, they didn't give me a clear path. And then I got to cooking school, and there it was. Here was the path. Learning to cook and speak the language of the kitchen felt right. And the people and the discipline and the hard work, that came easy. And also, it felt to me like all the work I had to do for the first time in my life I wanted to do. You know, there's a difference between going to school because you have to and going to school because you want to.
What's your favorite memory from this school, from your time going here?
I had a great instructor named Chef Karen. And because there were so many countries represented by our one classroom, one Friday she decided we're gonna put aside the curriculum. I want everyone to come in with a recipe from their heritage, and everyone is gonna teach each other how to make their dishes. There was a student from Latvia, a woman from Hong Kong, there was someone from Cuba, from Taiwan, the Dominican Republic, China. And I remember going up to my instructor, Chef Karen, and saying, well, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm from Canada. She was like, give me more. Like, where is your family from? And I said, my family's Ashkenazi Jews from Russia and Poland and Lithuania. And she said, so are mine. Let's make borscht. And we made it together, and I remember it being the most delicious soup I'd ever eaten.
Really? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because you poured your heart into it.
And it felt so authentic to me.
So Gail, you are an incredible culinary expert, you're an author, you're a TV host, you're a mom, you're a trailblazer. Clearly you're invited here to speak on the 50th anniversary of the school. I mean, and you're also Jewish. What does that mean to you?
It's a heavy load some days, but I would say being Jewish, it is just as mixed up in my identity, if not more so than anything else. It's my cultural history, it's my ancestors who fled circumstances I could only imagine to allow me to be all these things.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing this incredible day with me.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here,
Yeah,
Ben.
this was incredible.
And
Thank
Jose
you.
Andres says this all the time, and I think about it all the time, that we don't need to build higher walls, we need to build longer tables. And that's where the business gets done, right? That's where the connections are made. That's where we're gonna see change in the world, is by bringing people together, not separating them.